Global Towers. Starting with the SSS rank talent, God Tier Extraction. Chapter 5. Cultivate Battle Awareness, take the initiative to attack. Divine extraction of the corpse has been successful. Obtained. Agility plus 0.1, F grade skill, Rapid Step. Divine extraction of the corpse has been successful. Obtained. Spirit plus 0.1, E grade skill, Spirit Vision. Just as Liu Yan had guessed, he obtained very few attribute points, but could obtain skills instead from human corpses. Liu Yan was ecstatic as he hurriedly checked these two skills. Rapid Step. 5. Grade. F. Effect. After activation, your agility will increase by 2 times. 7. Spirit Vision. Grade. E. Effect. Passive skill. You will be able to keenly detect a small area around you and avoid danger. Seeing these two skills, Liu Yan was instantly overjoyed. 1. With Rapid Step, he would be much more agile. If he were to face the Blood Wolf again, even if it was still in perfect health, Liu Yan believed that he could easily win. After all, he could rely on Rapid Step to dodge the Blood Wolf's attack, then attack. And if he were to encounter a powerful beast that he was not a match for, he could also rely on Rapid Step to run away. As for Spirit Vision, it was a perception-type passive skill. Liu Yan immersed himself in his senses for a moment. With the E-grade Spirit Vision, he could roughly sense an area of about 50 meters in his perimeter, which was quite a wide range. 2. With this skill, his movements in this world would be much more convenient. Liu Yan was just about to take a look at the beginner's equipment on the two corpses when he sensed with his spirit vision that a few people were approaching from the west. It seemed like it was the people from the same team who were finally willing to return and fight with the then heavily injured Blood Wolf. Forget it, the room for advancement of a few pieces of basic equipment wasn't much anyway. To avoid conflict, it was better to leave first. With that, Liu Yan directly left in the opposite direction. Not long after Liu Yan left, a team mainly consisting of the awakened with F-grade talents came back with weapons in their hands in a threatening manner, ready to take revenge on the Blood Wolf and engage in a bloody battle. However, when they returned to their original location, they discovered that the Blood Wolf had already fallen to the ground, with fresh blood flowing out from it. Strange, could it be that the Blood Wolf died from the injuries it received just now? That's not right, and awakened went forward to check. There are many new wounds on it that are mostly focused on its head. Someone has finished off this Blood Wolf before us, and it seems to be only one person who did the deed. 2. Someone finished off the half-dead Blood Wolf alone. When the other awakened heard this, they were all extremely shocked. Although it was a Blood Wolf that was on the verge of death, it was still extremely powerful. Just now, even with 7 or 8 of them, they had been no match for it. 2 of them had died and a few of them were injured. But now, this Blood Wolf had actually been taken care of by someone else alone. Who's so powerful? 1. To think the person could take care of the Blood Wolf alone, isn't that too amazing? The gap between that person and us is too big, no. We can't even beat this Blood Wolf in a T, yet the other party took care of it by himself. 2. The person must be at least an awakened with a B-grade talent since he's so powerful, right? Quote. The few awakened were all shocked and discussing animatedly. As for the person in question, Liu Yan was currently using his spirit vision skill to traverse the vast forest with ease. He skillfully bypassed the beasts one by one, waiting for the next opportunity to pick up scraps. 1. However, after traveling for quite a while, Liu Yan didn't see any notifications of the awakened's deaths coming from his smart wristband. The awakened seemed to be more afraid of death, and they were all avoiding any fights with beasts, making it so that Liu Yan didn't have a chance to pick up any scraps. Having strolled around for quite some time, Liu Yan was a little tired. As such, he climbed up a big tree and sat down on a branch to rest. At the same time, he opened his attribute panel and checked the gains he had made since entering the tower half a day ago. Liu Yan. Strength. 3-2. Vitality. 3-5. Agility. 2-6. Spirit. 1-8. Adaptability. 29. Talent. None. Skills. Constrict, Poison. These beasts were all level 1 green pythons. There were a total of 5 of them. 1. Among them, 3 had been seriously injured, and from the looks of it, they seemed to have eaten their fill. Although the green pythons were very big, to begin with, to have eaten a whole person, it was apparent that they had had too much to eat as they seemed to have slower movements. As such, their combat power had definitely dropped. 5 level 1 beasts with an overall combat power that had dropped by quite a bit. Liu Yan assessed his own strength. The chances of winning were great, but there was also a certain amount of risk. However, he was very tempted. The key was that if he won, he would get a rich harvest. Moreover, seeing how these 5 green pythons were unwilling to leave, it seemed that they were protecting something here. Before entering the tower, the instructors had said that many beasts in the tower would be protecting something. If one could defeat those beasts, one would then be able to obtain the precious resources. The den of green pythons before him seemed to be in line with this. Faced with such a huge temptation, Liu Yan decided to take a risk. Even if he was truly no match for them, he could only use rapid step to escape anyway. These green pythons were either too full or injured, and simply wouldn't be able to catch up to him at all. 3. Having made his decision, Liu Yan no longer hesitated. He gripped the dagger in his hand tightly and slowly approached them. 2 green pythons had already eaten their fill and were resting with their eyes closed. The remaining 3 green pythons had suffered serious injuries and were also resting. Liu Yan decided to start with the weak ones. He would first target the injured green pythons and finish off the 3 injured ones as soon as possible. This way, he would be able to face the remaining 2 green pythons with all his strength and reduce the risk of being besieged. As he got closer, although Liu Yan had not made any sound, the green pythons were cold-blooded animals, after all, and they were very sensitive to heat. At this moment, they had already extended their tongues and looked in Liu Yan's direction. 2. Seeing that he had been exposed, Liu Yan did not hide anymore. With the activation of rapid step, Liu Yan's speed doubled, and his body became much lighter, allowing him to be extremely agile. Holding his dagger, Liu Yan instantly appeared in front of the nearest green python that was injured. With the activation of strength enhancement, Liu Yan's strength instantly increased by 3 times. He then used all the strength in his body and stabbed down at the weak point of the green python. After all, he did have the common sense that the weakest point of a snake was 0.7 inches from its head. 14. Under Liu Yan's full-strength attack, the dagger accurately pierced through the python's weakest point, and along with it, his wrist also went into the body of the green python. With a twist, he pulled his wrist out. With that, the green python before him that had its tongue out and was about to attack directly fell to the ground. 4. In the first instant of the battle, he had settled 1 green python. At this moment, 2 green pythons that were around him also charged over. This time, Liu Yan did not choose to face them head-on. Instead, he relied on the speed of rapid step to charge over and dodge the attacks of the 2 green pythons. Then, he came to the side of a lone green python not far away and similarly launched an attack. Following this, another green python was killed with a single strike. Liu Yan's confidence immediately soared, and he continued to fight. 2. A few minutes later, Liu Yan was breathing heavily while resting, his entire body covered in the green python's blood. As for the 5 green pythons, they had all fallen. He had defeated 5 beasts alone. Congratulations on winning the battle. Obtained +15 EXP. 1. Congratulations on winning the battle. Obtained +18 EXP. Congratulations on winning the battle. Obtained +16 EXP. Ellipsis. Congratulations on your level increase. You have reached level 2. You have gained 8 attribute points that are free to be allocated. 8. Hearing the notification, Liu Yan was extremely surprised. To think he had leveled up all of a sudden. For him to have leveled up on the first day he had entered the tower, his improvement speed was truly terrifying. However, Liu Yan knew that he was tired after having just experienced a great battle, thus, he shouldn't stay here for long. Green pythons were ultimately like snakes. As such, they were very vengeful. If other green pythons were to discover the situation here, they would definitely come to take revenge on Lu Yan. Lu Yan hurriedly went to the green python's corpses and began using divine extraction. Divine extraction of green python's corpse has been successful. Obtained. Strength +3, Stamina +2, Agility +3. 5. Divine extraction of green python's corpse has been successful. Obtained. Strength +3, Stamina +2, Agility +3. 1. Ellipsis. What surprised Lu Yan was that he had clearly only been left with one chance to use divine extraction just now. It had only been an hour, and he should only be able to use it twice at most. 3. But now, he could directly use it 5 times. 4. Lu Yan couldn't care less about that at the time being. He should just quickly cast divine extraction for now and study the reason later. There were 2 green pythons with bulging stomachs. It was obvious that they had eaten the corpses of the awakened. Lu Yan covered his nose and endured the strong smell of blood as he used his dagger to cut open the bellies of the 2 green pythons. He found the corpses of the 2 awakened and used his divine extraction. Divine extraction of the awakened corpse has been successful. Obtained. Agility +0.1, E-grade skill, extreme speed. Divine extraction of the awakened corpse has been successful. Obtained. Agility +0.1, E-grade skill, fast step. Congratulations, skills, rapid step, extreme speed, and fast step have been successfully merged. Obtained. D-grade skill, ghost steps. 3. Seeing the notification before his eyes, Lu Yan was extremely surprised. He did not expect that the skills he had obtained from extraction could be merged into skills of a higher grade. As expected of the legendary highest SSS grade heaven-defying talent. To think it had such a wonderful use. 1. Lu Yan was extremely happy, but he didn't have the time to carefully study it, because thanks to spirit vision, he could already sense that a few beasts were rushing over from a direction. It was very likely that the other green pythons had smelled the scent of blood were rushing over. 1. Lu Yan hurriedly held his dagger as he headed in the direction behind the green python's corpses. Before the battle, Lu Yan had already noticed that the 5 green pythons seemed to be protecting the patch of flowers as if there was something precious behind them. Pushing aside the messy flowers, Lu Yan's eyes lit up when he saw what greeted him. It was actually a purple herb that looked very extraordinary. Lu Yan hurriedly used his smart wristband to check its information. Detoxifying purple herb. Grade E. Effect. If directly applied to the wound, it can quickly heal the wound. If ingested, it can detoxify most poisons. If refined using a specific method then ingested, it can improve a certain attribute. 5. Lu Yan did not even think about it before he raised his dagger, quickly dug out the detoxifying purple herb, and put it into his backpack. With a full harvest, Lu Yan left in the opposite direction according to what he had sensed with spirit vision. Talent. Divine Extraction SSS grade, usage times limit, 2/10 CD refreshes once every hour. 4. Skills. Strength Enhancing D grade, Ghost Steps D grade, Spirit Vision E grade. Equipment. Federation Defense Equipment Set E grade, Federation Special Dagger E grade. Ghost Steps. Grade D. Effect. Upon usage, your agility will increase by 3 times. 9. Looking at his attribute panel, Lu Yan was extremely excited. First, he had gained enough express from hunting 5 level 1 green pythons, allowing him to level up to level 2, and his various attributes had received a certain increase. Next, he had used divine extraction on the corpses of the 5 green pythons as well as the detoxifying purple herb, and his attributes had received another huge increase. Because the attributes obtained from extracting the green pythons were strength, vitality, and agility, while the attributes provided by the detoxifying purple herb were agility, spirit, and adaptability, Lu Yan's agility attributes were currently extremely exaggerated, and his strength and vitality attributes were also very high. His other attributes were slightly inferior, but they were still much stronger than the average level 2 awakened. Liu Yan pondered for a moment. Although his spirit and adaptability attributes were quite low, they were enough for the time being, since he didn't need them as much. Of the 8 allocatable attribute points he had obtained from leveling up, Liu Yan directly distributed them evenly between his strength and vitality. 4. After distributing them, Liu Yan's strength reached a terrifying 46 points and his vitality reached 42 points. Liu Yan roughly estimated that although he was now only a level 2 awakened, his attributes were already much stronger than a level 3 awakened. 4. Other than that, the biggest gain from his operation this time was undoubtedly the agility-type skills that he obtained after using divine extraction on the 2 corpses of the awakened. In addition to the agility-type skill that Liu Yan already had, the 3 skills had actually been fused into a higher-grade agility-type skill. The number of skills may have decreased from 3 to 1, but this one skill was even more powerful than the previous 3 combined. 4. With the power of Ghost Steps, coupled with Liu Yan's ridiculously high agility attribute, he estimated that even a level 5 awakened couldn't compare to his current speed. When he learned that the SSS grade divine extraction was able to fuse the skills obtained from extraction, he was instantly extremely excited. 4. This way, the lower grade skills he would obtain in the future would still be useful since he could fuse them. As such, even if he wanted to obtain powerful skills of higher grades, he didn't have to take the risk of using divine extraction on high-level beasts or corpses of the awakened. He could just slowly extract skills from low-level corpses and fuse those skills together to become stronger. As for the issue with the number of times he could use divine extraction, Liu Yan had a rough idea in his heart. As his level advanced, the number of times he could use divine extraction would seem to reset in an instant while also increasing by a lot. 1. Before killing the green pythons, Liu Yan only had 2 times left. 1. However, after killing the green pythons and leveling up, Liu Yan had used divine extraction a total of 8 times, but he still had 2 more chances. Learning this, Liu Yan was relieved. With this, as his level increased, he could use divine extraction more frequently and become stronger faster. As expected of the top-tier SSS grade talent, the stronger he was, the faster he could improve. There was no upper limit to his potential. After understanding his strength, Liu Yan started planning his future path. Although the beginner mission required them to hunt beasts within 7 days to increase their strength and enter level 2 of the tower, only a day had passed at this point, and Liu Yan's strength was already more than enough. If he continued to stay on level 1, his gains wouldn't be too great. It would be a waste to use the remaining times he had left of his talent on level 1 beasts. 6. For now, Liu Yan needed to head to level 2 of the tower and hunt higher level beasts to level up and strengthen himself with divine extraction. 6. In addition, level 2 would have more abundant resources. 6. On level 1, most of the beasts were at level 1, and only a few had resources to guard. For example, the beasts that Liu Yan had encountered so far weren't guarding any resources at all except for the green pythons. The harvest after hunting was indeed quite unsatisfying to the current Liu Yan. 3. After thinking about it, Liu Yan decided to head closer to the entrance of level 1 and prepare to enter level 2. With this, Liu Yan did not dawdle as he straightaway set off. Shuttling through the forest and approaching the level 1 entrance, Liu Yan was also thinking about his current strength. In terms of skills, he had the D-grade Strength Enhancement, D-grade Ghost Steps, and F-grade Spirit Vision. 5. A Strength Enhancement skill, an Agility Enhancement skill, and a Passive Perception type skill. At the time being, he did not have any active offensive skills that he could use. In the previous battle, he could only rely on his strength and agility to stab directly with his dagger. He didn't have another way to attack. As Liu Yan thought about it, he decided he had to pay attention to this aspect. He had to find an opportunity to get an active offensive skill to improve his weakness. After all, without a powerful offensive skill and only great strength, he could not fully display his strength. As he was walking, Liu Yan suddenly heard the sounds of a battle not far away. The sounds were somewhat chaotic as if there were quite a number of awakened and beasts. Wherever there was a battle, there would be the corpses of beasts or the awakened, which meant there would be an opportunity to use divine extraction and become stronger. Lu Yan smiled and hurried over. When Lu Yan arrived, 7 to 8 awakened were engaged in an intense battle. At first glance, Lu Yan recognized them. When the teams had been formed and went their separate ways, Lu Yan clearly remembered that this had been the most powerful team. The team had 8 people, the weakest with a D-grade talent, along with a few C-grade talents as well as an expert with a B-grade talent leading the group. As such, they were extremely powerful. At the moment, the battle was ongoing. Lu Yan used his smart wristband to check the stats of the opposing beasts. Mutated Poison Rat. Level 1. HP 150 200ths. MP 100 100ths. Strength 2-2. Vitality 1-8. Agility 2-9. Spirit 2-1. Adaptability 2-5. Talent none. Skills: Bite, Poison Release. The beasts were a group of mutant poison rats. In terms of strength, they were much weaker than the green pythons that Lu Yan had encountered before. There were a total of 6 mutant poison rats in the pack. Although this was the first day that the team had entered the tower and they didn't have much combat experience, the grades of their talents weren't low, after all. They were strong, so they were currently able to deal with the mutated poison rats. The leader, Lu Yan remembered, was called Wang Qing. He was that powerful awakened with the B-grade talent. 1. When the teams were being formed, everyone had begged to be in the same group as him. In the end, he chose these few awakened who had higher graded talents and were more suited for battle as his teammates. 1. At this moment, Wang Qing was the powerful DPS of the team. 1. The other members managed to hold off the mutated poison rats, but they could not deal with the mutated poison rats alone, so they could only hold it out. Wang Qing, on the other hand, had a bow and arrow. With his powerful B-grade talent, every arrow had a green glow on it. After these arrows pierced into the mutated poison rats, it did not seem to have any effect at first. However, after a while, the mutated poison rats fell one by one. 2. With the talent, the arrows seemed to have a delayed poison effect, too. Other than Wang Qing, Lu Yan also took note of a girl wearing sportswear. Although she was not strong, her talent seemed to be of a support type. 1. Whenever a member was in mortal danger, she would use her talent, which would cause the mutated poison rat to suddenly stop and lose the opportunity to attack. With this girl as support and Wang Qing's powerful DPS, the battle was settled in about 10 minutes. The 6 mutated poison rats all fell to the ground. As for the awakened, they were gasping for breath. At the same time, their faces were filled with joy as they counted their gains. Seeing this, Lu Yan shook his head slightly. A total of 8 awakened had gone through so much trouble to deal with just 6 mutated poison rats, but their gains were meager. 1. For 8 of them to divide the express obtained from 6 level 1 beasts, added to the fact that the mutated poison rats weren't guarding any rare resources, their harvest was indeed a tad too little. On the other hand, Lu Yan had dealt with 5 level 1 green pythons, gained the express of 5 beasts alone, and also obtained the rare detoxifying purple herb that the pythons had been guarding. 6. Apart from that, Lu Yan had also obtained a large number of attributes and skills through divine extraction. 2. The difference between the gains of both sides was quite big. The gains of the 8 of them were not even 1/3 of what Lu Yan had gained. 2. Thinking of this, Lu Yan suddenly felt that his choice to have refused to join a team and chosen to go alone was correct. Forming a team seemed to allow the awakened to work together, so their combat strength was a little stronger, but the gains would also be much smaller. On top of that, with more people, it would naturally be less convenient to move around. In fact, it would not be much safer. 1. For example, for the current Lu Yan, if he could win, he would fight. If he won, he would obtain all the gains alone. If he could not win, being by himself, it would be easy for him to escape alone. If he had companions, it would be inconvenient instead. 1. At this moment, Wang Qing, who was in the front, had a face full of joy. He exclaimed, "I've leveled up. I've reached level 2 and I've become much stronger. Ha ha ha." Hearing Wang Qing's exclamation, the other awakened in the team were filled with joy and envy as they started to praise. Big brother Wang Qing is really amazing. To think you can level up in just a day. Yeah, it's only the first day of us entering the tower, and big brother Wang Qing has already leveled up. You must be a genius. So this is the power of AB grade talent. It's too amazing. Thank God big brother Wang Qing is leading us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to defeat these mutated poison rats. We might even have encountered danger by now. 2. The other awakened surrounded Wang Qing and congratulated him one after another, fawning over him. Seeing this, Lu Yan laughed in his heart. 2. The reason why Wang Qing was able to level up so quickly was that he was the powerful DPS of the team. He had dealt almost all of the killing blows to the mutated poison rats, and as such, most of the express had been snatched away by him. In the battle just now, the other 7 awakened had risked their lives. They had worked so hard, but almost all of their express had been distributed to Wang Qing. That was why Wang Qing was able to level up so quickly. Without the support of the other awakened, even though Wang Qing's B-grade talent was powerful, it was only an offensive type talent. He wouldn't have had much ability to protect himself and he would have long been beaten to death by the mutated poison rats. Rather than saying that Wang Qing had protected the other awakened, it was more appropriate to say that the other awakened were risking their lives to work for Wang Qing. They risked their lives and put in a lot of effort, yet in the end, most of the final rewards belong to Wang Qing. 1. Out of curiosity, Lu Yan used his smart wristband to check Wang Qing's stats. 5. Wang Qing. Level 23300ths. HP 550/550ths. MP 283/150ths. Strength, Attack 1-8, Vitality, Defense 1-7, Agility, Speed 2-1. Spirit Mana 1-4. Adaptability, Magic Resistance 1-5. In the forest, Lu Yan observed the team of awakened from the side. The awakened had just finished their big battle with the few mutated poison rats. At this moment, they seemed to be quite relaxed as they chatted about distributing the rewards. It's all thanks to big brother Wang Qing, otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to defeat these mutated poison rats at all. These beasts are only at level 1, but they're so powerful. It's hard to imagine how powerful the higher level beasts are. No wonder the instructor had said that the tower was extremely dangerous and that every beast was also extremely dangerous. These mutated poison rats are much weaker than the green pythons from before though. Sigh, it's a pity that those 2 died fighting the green pythons just now. We can't defeat those green pythons nor can we avenge them. We could only run away. Those green pythons seem to be guarding some kind of scarce resources. It's a pity that we're not strong enough to obtain the resources. 1. Hearing their conversation, Lu Yan, who was not far away, immediately understood. It seemed that the den of green pythons that Lu Yan had killed previously had fought against this group of people before he came along. No wonder there weren't many skills that were obtained from the corpses of the awakened in the green pythons' bellies. It turned out that they only had D-grade talents. 1. At this moment, the girl that Lu Yan had taken note of earlier was also flattering Wang Qing. Big brother Wang Qing, since you're so strong, you must protect us in the future. We simply can't survive without you, the girl said with a fawning expression. 1. Of course, we're all from the blue planet. It's a given we should take care of each other, Wang Qing said as he patted his chest. 1. Lu Yan checked the girl's stats. 1. Song Yu. Level 132/100ths. HP 150/150ths. MP 40/120ths. Strength, Attack 1-3. Vitality, Defense 1-1. Agility, Speed 1-5. Spirit Mana 1-7. Adaptability, Magic Resistance 1-4. Luck Probability 37. Allocatable Attribute Points 0. Talent Delay C grade. Upon usage, the target's movements will be delayed. The specific duration of the effect depends on the strength and adaptability of both parties. If both are at the same level, the average duration of effect is 3 seconds. 7. Equipment. Federal Defense Equipment Set F grade. Looking at Song Yu's attributes, Lu Yan was slightly surprised. On the surface, it was merely a C grade talent that was slightly weaker than Wang Qing's B grade talent. On top of that, it was a support type talent, so it did not have offensive power. But in reality, the delay talent was extremely powerful. Sometimes, it might even be stronger than most B-grade talents. 2. This was because, in battles between awakened and beasts, 3 seconds could have a great impact. This was especially so in a battle between high-leveled awakened and beasts, since 3 seconds might be enough to decide the outcome of the battle. Yet now, Wang Qing had already risen to level 2 while she hadn't even reached half of the express of level 1. It could be seen that following Wang Qing was, realistically speaking, not a good thing. Lu Yan shook his head slightly. These people were only concerned about their lives and did not focus on improving their own strength, which was really unwise. Lu Yan had undoubtedly taken a liking to Song Yu's talent. If Song Yu died in battle, he would immediately use divine extraction on her corpse. 7. Just as he was thinking about it, a conflict had broken out in the awakened team ahead. Big Brother Wang, we know that you're strong, but aren't you going too far? You've picked all the good stuff, leaving us with only substandard choices. That's right. If we continue being weak like this, how are we going to survive? Big Brother Wang, your distribution rules are indeed quite unfair. A few of the awakened were looking at Wang Qing with dissatisfaction. Although the mutated poison rats weren't guarding any rare resources, they still had some ordinary resources that could help the awakened survive and become stronger to a certain extent. However, when distributing the harvest, Wang Qing wanted to monopolize all the good things that he fancied. He was only willing to give the rest to others. Facing the dissatisfaction of his team members, Wang Qing said grumpily, "Strength determines everything. I'm the strongest, so it's a given I am to be given the priority to increase my strength. Isn't it so that I only protect you because I'm strong? If you guys are dissatisfied, feel free to leave the team. I'll see how you'll survive then." 1. Following Wang Qing's words, although the few awakened did want to follow Wang Qing and have his help, the grades of their talents weren't low and their strength wasn't weak either. The few awakened looked at each other. In the end, they decided that they couldn't stand Wang Qing and chose to leave the team. With that, 4 people left the team, leaving only 4 on the team. The awakened team that had only been formed for a day had 2 killed in battle while 4 left the team. Their strength had been reduced by more than half. Looking at the remaining 3 people, Wang Qing wore a slightly ugly expression. He did not expect that these people would actually dare to leave him, a powerful awakened with a B-grade talent. 1. With this, the strength of the team would be greatly reduced, and the subsequent explorations would undoubtedly be much more dangerous. Instantly, Wang Qing felt a little regretful. If he had known earlier, he would have comforted them, or he would have taken in more awakened when forming the team in the beginning. At this time, Wang Qing had already noticed Lu Yan, who was not far away.